Okay, so now on to the library haul. This is going to be uploaded the same day, well, this will be the same day. I kind of don't like how the video came out. Do I have any comments on it? If I have comments on it, I want to keep it on there. But, I shouldn't say checked my email. 2 views though, 1 like. Keep it. I don't like deleting videos and I have comments on it. It's like, whoops. So I rarely get comments, so comments. In the last video, the Birthright unboxing, which is the previous video. Alright, so let's get on to it. I was recording the same day as the unboxing for Amazon. The rest of the books came in. Yeah, I know, more books. Alright, let's get on with it. Library haul. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 by Bendis. I'm rereading this series. I kind of forgot a lot of what happened in it. And there's like 2... I have the exact amount I want to grab. There's 2 different series. Which is awesome, because that means there should be enough, at least some that I remember. For Comic Pop's review, they said that it takes a while to get going, and like 40 issues in, and it's like 2 paragraphs of story. I like Bendis' run. Hey, super stellar. Frostbite. I got this because it was Joshua Williamson. I have read this before, and I was kind of like, it wasn't bad. Kind of like how I felt about The Wait when I first read it. Of course, I read it recently. I really enjoyed it. So much so I want to read it again. I probably will. I just finished that not too long ago. It was right before I got Undiscovered Country. Joe the Barbarian. Another reread. Green Arrow. Another reread. This is the Brightest Day one. This is mainly because I want to get that volume 2, which I hope they have, because that's the only reason why I got this again. Yet another reread, and that's Robin in Batgirl. I remember really enjoying this one. Although each issue... is there pages falling apart? Yep, there is. That's not good. I remember the Robin, because they have the Batgirl one and the Robin one. And the Robin one is pretty damn long per issue. It's like 30 pages. There was one downside to it when I really enjoyed it. That's why I want to read it again, but I remember it was kind of like, each issue was like super long. Poe Dameron. This is the Charles Soule Star Wars. I think he's doing the ongoing too, so. But I wanted to get a Charles Soule book, I guess. You know, weird like that. So that's why I got that Joshua Williamson one. It's like, oh, he's got Birthright, and I want to read more Joshua Williamson. And I can't spend more money, because I already spent a lot. And then the 2 Rogue books I read a while back. But I forget everything that happened in that one, too. Sin City Volume 6 out of 7. 1 more of these, if I wasn't going way to... Actually, I probably should have done both at the same time. But yes, it's the original graphic novel. Again. Kind of. But they have the chapter breaks at least? Yeah, they do. The last one was an original graphic novel. I didn't know that. And I know this is another weird thing about me, but I like it when books like Wayward Volume 1 collecting issues 1 through 5 of Wayward. That's thin book like this, that's gonna be, the same amount of pages as, the usual, like the average amount of pages. And, I read that. Take 20 minutes. I don't have to be like, should read this now and read that then. No, I can read it in whatever order I want to. I guess that's what I say. And it's also because I like to read at least 1 issue from each book per day. Today I probably won't be able to. It's already 4 o'clock. And spoilers, so it's like 1,000 books I got at the library today. So I want to read at least 1 per day. And I should be able to tomorrow. Hopefully. Hopefully won't do movies or anything like that. That's why I hate watching... That's why sometimes I hate when I get interrupted. Like, oh, I'm gonna watch a movie, or oh, I'm gonna do this. And it's like, worst possible time. Couldn't do it yesterday. Alright, Wayward by Jim Zub. I'm on an Image kick. I looked up Image at my local library and this came up. And it got pretty good reviews, pretty decent reviews. And Jim Zub, I always get him confused with another one, but isn't he the one that did Spider-Ham, the most recent one? I really enjoyed that one. And this is one that I wanted to read for a very long time. but because it's technically, even though it says it's volume 1, it's technically like, what, volume 7? This is Superman by Jean Lewin Yang, volume 1. Now, this goes New 52. It's like post New 52, it was like Convergence, I think. Yeah, it collects 40 to 44. I did want to read this one again, but it's kind of like topsy pages? Is it bottom page? What does that mean? Topsy? Tipsy? I don't know. But I wanted to read this for the longest time. I don't even have like all the Action Comics one, even though they should. It shows it's available at the library, but the library lady said, nope, it's not available at the library. You know, it says it is. And I was like, stupid. So I can't even get to that point anyways. So I'm like, you know what? The hell with it. I mean, I've done that all the time with books, so if I'm super confused to get it, then damn. Alright, this one is Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur, Volume 6. At this point, I'm just gonna finish the damn series. And again, it's that series that I just will get in my local library and nowhere else. Spoilers for the review of the... Because I always get the next volume of the series, so kind of like with the previous volume, for the most part. Backstagers, Volume 2. Doctor Strange, Volume 4. Now, this is the exception, because it's only four volumes. So I was like, yeah. I mean, it's the exception to the rule. Oh, I got the next volume, so I must have liked the previous one. I do like it enough. You'll see my review, and you hopefully saw my review the last time I reviewed it. DMZ, Body of a Journalist. Let's hope I actually finish this damn series this time around. Spidey, Freshman Year. Now, this is their smaller scale books. So they did it with Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur too. So I'll show an example. I have the book right here. So this is the normal size, but it's thinner because it only collects 1 volume. This collects 2 volumes, but as you can see, it's shorter in height. Now, I don't really like these kinds of books. One, it's pretty damn short, and it's made for kids, and kids have better sight than old people do. I'm not saying that, I won't be able to read it. No, I should have no problem with reading it. It's just like, why would you even have it in a smaller scale to begin with? I'm pretty sure a kid can read this size of a book, no problem. An omnibus, obviously not, but even now you couldn't really make good on like the shorter scale. I mean, maybe kids' hands are smaller than I give them credit for, but I feel like I would have had no problem reading a comic book when I was a kid. That's what they're made for. Comic books were initially made for kids, but now they're not. As great segue into this one, Outcast Volume 3. Again, hoping they have Volume 8, because the only reason why I'm reading this series, and it's a damn good series too, but I've already read it. Young Justice, Volume 1 by Bendis. I only got this out of pure curiosity. I guess I want to torture myself. They don't even have all 3 volumes anyways, so it's a lose-lose situation either way. Well, I guess not. Because sometimes it's like, oh, damn, you don't have that series. And now I'll be like, oh, man. You know, jokingly. Rocket Raccoon, Volume 2. Hopefully up to, because I only saw 2 volumes. And I really like the series. Spoilers. Storyteller. Get it? Because it's a pun. It's actually not a bad pun. Global Frequency. I got the Warren Ellis books. See, this is really weird, because it says Rogers Memorial Library. Did not come from them. It's so weird. I wonder if it's like, actually, it can't be, because it came in pretty late. No, it's Tracy. Yeah, when I got those Warren Ellis books, I was like, I really want to read Global Frequency again. Of course, I didn't want to when it was free on Prime. Transmetropolitan Volume, hopefully Volume 2. Lust for Life, it just doesn't say on the side here. And of course, they cover it up. Yep, 7 to 12. Perfect. Dark Knight's Metal. Now, this is a series where there's spin-offs, and there's technically a prelude, and there's sequels, and sequels upon sequels, and then there's these sequels, and it's still technically going. I just want to see how it is as is. I read like the first issue of the series like 50 different times, and each time I do like it enough, but I'm like, oh, so. But now they have a much bigger respect, better opinion. Like I'm trying to say like I give more credit to Scott Snyder, like more patience for Scott Snyder's writing of later years. Obviously, his earlier years are like untouchable, but now he's kind of not producing the best work. Except, some exceptions, obviously. And finally, Deadpool, a big hardcover, Volume 2. The only way I would have been able to get Volume 4 was by getting this. And I wished it was Volume 3 and 4, because I have Volume 3, 4, and 5? No, sorry, 4 and 5. 4 and 5. Because I have Volume 6. Because, again, it was just random books I used to get back in the day. Didn't care. Just got them. And, for the most part, Good, the Bad, and the Ugly you can read on its own. For the most part. There are a few, like, wait, what? Kind of moments, but... And that's what I'm like, because I heard it was really good, and it is. So let's go on to the reviews. Ghostbusters Afterlife. It was much better than the Melissa McCarthy one. But that's not saying much, because that one was just awful. I don't think anybody liked that unless, unless you're a Melissa McCarthy fanboy, a fangirl, or you like bad movies. But it was awful. And the new one, Ghostbusters Afterlife, again, it's not saying much because the Ghostbusters, that's what I'll call it, was absolutely awful. But Ghostbusters Afterlife on its own is okay. Just okay. It's a nice, like, palate cleanser, I guess, if you want to watch a nice little, like, happy-go-lucky comedy movie after watching, like, a bunch of, like, bad shit, like, like a really dark shit, and you want to watch a comedy, and you want to watch something that's, like, going to remind you of Ghostbusters. Oh, it's nice. Spoilers, I think you should know this by now. Hands up means spoilers. They do bring back the original Ghostbusters, but for, like, 10 minutes. 10 fucking minutes. And I was like, what? And I should have known. But after seeing No Way Home, again, hand up means spoilers. After seeing No Way Home, I guess I expected another Sony picture that was bringing back the old characters to bring them back in a more substantiated way, like they did with No Way Home. No Way Home, it was like half the movie. And actually pretty much all the movie, technically, going by the villains. And Ghostbusters like 10 minutes. And even, like, I liked the, so now, no spoilers, hands down. I liked the actress, the, what was her name? She was in Gifted. McKenna Grace did an amazing performance. Finn Wolfhard was there. The love interests were there. I hated podcasts. Podcast was so fucking annoying. Maybe because I don't like those kinds of people, and I think it's meant to be annoying, but it's like, it's too much. He gets a little bit less obnoxious as he goes along, and he's not one of those people that, like, breaks tension, comedy, ha ha ha. He does it once, but he's scolded for it. But, it's just kind of like, it honestly felt like a fan film. It really does feel like a fan film. It's not like a Ghostbusters movie, like an official Ghostbusters sequel. It just feels like a fan film that they got the actors for like 10 minutes. For like 10 minutes, because that's all they could pay them for. Now on to Wind, Volume 2. Of 3 or more, I felt stupid because after a while I should have realized, oh, this story isn't exactly wrapping up. Maybe there's only a Volume 3 coming out. Ironically, the first issue just came out this week. I might get it, probably not. I'll wait till the library has it next year. I like the series. It's good enough. It's kind of, the artwork is not the best. To kind of feel like that doesn't. It works as it's a younger audience, but I feel like it would scare away older audiences because they're like, oh, it's just like kiddie artwork, It's not terrible. It's just you can tell it's for kids, like teen tweens, And it's pretty dark for a young adult book. Like not like super dark, but like Pixar kind of thing. How they would go and say Pixar. Pixar's not for teens; it's for kids. And of course, anyone can watch it. But and it's like that. Anyone can watch. It's like a Pixar movie for teens. Like it's allowed to go the extra mile, so they do, and a little bit more. Although I'm not saying that young adult books can get dark, but most of them that I read just care about the love interest and shit like that. This one doesn't. The Backstagers, Volume 1. Good enough. It's not anything that I would ever recommend to like my friends or maybe some of my friends, but not to like. Honestly, if I was seen reading this book in public with like YouTubers I'm subscribed to, I'd feel kind of embarrassed. It's not terrible, but it's a book I honestly would make fun of, but it's good enough and it's interesting enough. But it's just one of those things where sometimes it's cringy and like this is by James Tinian, really, but he still like it's, and then other times I'm like, oh yeah, this is written by James Tinian, nice, so it's actually good. But sometimes, and saying anything's supposed to be cringy at points. Like some of the characters are supposed to be annoying. I actually think two of them aren't returning for this one, so that's good. Maybe they are. I don't remember, honestly. Second Coming, Volume 2. I heard the complaints. They said that this was like trying to be too edgy, and it was like trying to be Preacher, and I'm like, yeah, no. Kind of. I mean, it's been a while since I've read Preacher, but from what I remember, it's different than Second Coming. Second Coming is trying to tell its own story. The one complaint I have is Sunstar gets too like mopey sometimes. It's kind of like they're trying for that kind of thing, and they pull it off pretty well. It's just kind of like because kind of enough is enough, you know. I get it, guys, but other than that, it's very small. It's a very very minuscule complaint I have with this book. This is probably my favorite Mark Russell book I've read outside of Flintstones. He doesn't do too terribly much of the, except for a cover, which is awful. I'm glad they didn't use it. It's not too political. You know, some of it, but not like everything. Like I can't even remember. I couldn't tell you off the top of my head what political topics they covered, except for like a few, and even those, I think, were brief. It's just trying to tell a story, and it just so happens to have, you know, political shit in it. But I really enjoyed it, and it's probably because I thought it'd be a train wreck, because Mark Russell loves shoving that political shit up your ass. And sometimes it works, like with Flintstones, but other times it doesn't work, and his brand of comedy, too. His brand of comedy is pretty awful, like with Wonder Twins. And Wonder Twins didn't have, like, a whole lot of, like, political shit in it, but it was more just a comedy. But this one is, like, the best of Mark Russell. I wouldn't be surprised to learn that he actually tried to write this book. Like, he put in his effort. What was the other Mark Russell book? If I'm complaining about Mark Russell, what was the other one I read by him? I remember absolutely despising the first few issues of Wonder Twins. It got better as it went along, but I remember absolutely despising the first few issues. It was always that book I dreaded reading. Only reason why I got Volume 2 was the 2-volume series. Like, fuck it. Witches. I will say this once. I've said this a bunch of times before, and I'll say it yet again. This is one of, if not my favorite Image comic. So much so that even though it's in my local library 10 fucking minutes away from me, I might buy the book myself and keep it in my collection. And I probably will, because their copy is a bit weathered. Probably because I've read so many times. No, it was weathered when I first got it. It is just so damn good. My highest recommendation. One of my favorite horror books, if not my favorite horror comic. It is just so damn good. I have no complaints. 5 out of 5 stars. Must read. It's Scott Snyder as absolute best, and there's a reason why I'm getting so many Scott Snyder books recently. I only got 4, so I know I'm saying that. It's like Scott Snyder is now an author I'll look more closely at when he's doing horror because of that series. It was so damn good. And just write Volume 2 already. Put Undiscovered Country on hiatus. Get Witches Volume 2 out there. And then, or when you finish Volume 4 at least. Like, and he already has all the issues written. He's going to publish it, you know what I mean? Like, get the artwork done and everything like that. So, once you get that done, then move on to Witches. I don't want to wait more than next year. Even next year is a bit long. But I don't think they're gonna do that, because unless it's a surprise, you know, like, oh, here's Saga's back. How long ago was that when you found it out, and then it came out? Like, what was that interval? Like 2 months? Maybe they'll do the same with Witches. Wicked and the Divine in Volume 9. The series is good, but the ending was kind of there, and it's kind of like, oh yeah, that character, they got together. I mean, it's a surprise, but okay. Oh, this happened? Okay. Oh, it's over? Okay. Good. I'm glad everything... Oh, okay. I'm interrupting myself. I'm trying to not spoil it, but it's just kind of there. They are ending. I haven't have I read any other? Oh, it was Drain to Mystery. I don't remember how Drain to Mystery ended. And Young Avengers, I don't remember how that one ended too. So maybe Kieran Gillen doesn't do like bad endings or like really great endings. He just does passable endings. It's not a terrible ending, not a great ending. Like it's not one that like, oh my god, wow, like did this, and no, it's just kind of like okay. Again, I think I need to like really read this series, and that makes the third time around. Let me just buy the books myself, and then really like dissect these books, you know, because I had to wait at least 2 weeks for each individual volume to come out, you know. So I can't. Maybe I could read volume 1 slower next time. But even then, I'm doing like every other day, you know. That's why I'm saying I probably should just get the whole entire series myself. If they reprint the hardcovers, I will. Because those will probably go to stock, so they don't want it anymore. I can just sell them. Skyward. I feel like I read this already. No, I did, but I don't know why I feel like I reviewed this already, like the previous time. Another damn good series. Just and I found out that Joe Henderson, the only other book he's wrote for Image is, my god, Shadecraft. So maybe I'll just read that one to like a Joe Henderson ranking. My first tier list. This is A tier. This is A tier material. It's so damn good. It is so damn enjoyable. There's so much like I didn't notice, even my second time reading it. And I probably will read it a third time pretty soon here. Not like very soon, because it is one of those books that when you read it for like the first time, you're like, oh yeah, it's really good, but I remember what happened in it, so I'm gonna wait a little bit until I forget. That's what I did. Must read. I know I'm kind of doing this quickly, but it's must read. The Last Green Arrow, Benjamin Percy. I'm glad it's over. But it didn't have volume 7, so I don't know how much better it gets. I mean, I'll double check, but it didn't have it. But nothing. I feel like it can get better than this. Even if it's just standard Green Arrow, I feel like that would be better than Benjamin Percy's run. It's a good enough run. Like I like the storylines. But he just, like, he shoves his political messages up your ass. And it's like, oh, gee, I wonder how you feel about that. Oh, yeah, oh, okay. And it's like, you're so biased. Like, it's like if I wrote a book and I did. Like, I'm about to insult myself here. I'm not going to say, like, oh, I'm one of those people. No. Some people just can't write political books really well. Denny O'Neil did it perfectly because he was a good writer. Benjamin Percy is a good writer, but he can't do political shit. If I did that, I wouldn't be good either. I'm not saying that, like, anyone can do it, like, easily or anything like that. No. It's just, like, but everything else I like. I like the characters, for the most part. I feel like he writes some of the characters lesser than they need to be, or more than they need to be. You know, it's, like, it's different than I expected them. And this is one of my first Green Arrow books, too. So I can't say if, he's writing Green Arrow the way he's actually supposed to be written, or Black Canary, or anyone else like that. So, it's the only thing I can say, but the political shit just ruins the book for me. It really does. But other than that, it's a good dumpster. I do recommend it, because some of you guys can just read a book and you don't mind the political shit. But it's just like, it's like really there. It's like, okay, cool. Could've left it out and it would've been good, but nope, you have to put it in there. And Sam Quixote felt the same way. It was one of the very few times I've agreed with him, except for a book that I bought that I needed to. What's the word? I needed to like, oh, I bought this book. I need you to tell me it's good. And okay, good. It's, that like that. You're there with Trees, or Warren Ellis. Wonder Woman. I don't know why I just lost my train of thought. Did. It's gone. Oh, there we go. It's back. It was pretty good, but also pretty bad. And just in a writing standpoint, it just didn't flow really well sometimes. Sometimes it was really damn good, and especially towards the end. But towards the middle, it lagged. The beginning was awesome. The first issue was the best, like, I read in a long time, of a standalone story. It should have called, like, Hercules. No, it was John Bunyan. Who was it then? I don't know, Paul Bunyan. It wasn't Hercules, I don't think. Maybe it was. Yeah, I think it was. That was damn good. Yeah, it didn't feature Wonder Woman. They probably could have called it like a Wonder Woman Hercules special or something like that. But other than that, it was just so damn good. It's like, okay, this is James Robinson's Wonder Woman. All right, let's go. And it goes on like, okay, kind of boring, kind of slow, not really interesting. I don't care. And towards the end, I was like, oh my god, there we go, back to what I liked about this run. And I didn't get this past time because of the issues that lagged. For the longest time, this series was lagging, and it was only until recently when I just had finished it, and that by then I don't think I could put any more books in because I was like, okay, all the books are shipped, so I should should put anything in. I think that's what ended up happening. I was like, okay, I'll just wait till next time. Like a lot of these I wait till next time anyway, so I don't think it matters. Transmetropolitan. Pretty good. It was, I don't remember how I felt with the first volume way back when. I remember, like, the first time I read it, I hated it. Second time I read it, I was like, the hell is wrong with you, Patch Justice? This is awesome. This is amazing. I think it's because I remember it not being so good that it surprised me because it was actually really damn good. And this third time, I had that, like, second time mentality in my head, and it was kind of like, oh yeah, it was still pretty good. I still like it. No shit, I got volume 2. But I think it gets better as it goes along. The first 2 volumes are kind of... Actually, I remember this exactly. Someone had said it. The first few volumes are like standalone shit, but then after a while... It was name and condition, actually. But after a while, it gets going, and it does not stop. And it's so damn good. That's why I'm rereading it, because I forgot a lot of what happened in it, even when I was reading it, like, getting the volumes, even then. But I think it's because I took a break from it. Like an idiot. But, yeah. Still a good series. Don't get me wrong. DMZ. This is how you do political satire. And Transmetropolitan, too. Transmetropolitan has to be my favorite political comic ever. Just ever. Because it gives me everything I wanted. Like, just jabbing it, giving it to the man, and just, like, being as offensive as it wants to be. And the Spider Jerusalem is an asshole, but in a good way. But DMZ is just, like, a good... So I guess I'm comparing them to now. But DMZ, like... It goes after the right people. So does Transmetropolitan. Something like Green Arrow, Benjamin Percy has done his fucking research. He's just like, this is how I feel. And DMZ and Transmetropolitan is like, oh, this is how everyone in the fucking world feels. Benjamin Percy stuck up his own fucking ass with Green Arrow. And with Transmetropolitan and DMZ, these guys are like, hey, the world kind of fucking sucks, doesn't it? Here's how it would be if we let things get the way they are and keep going. An exaggerated way, hopefully, but hey, here's a nice exaggerated way of how life could be, and isn't it funny? It's comedy. You know, you can do political satire great, and that's what DMZ and Transmetropolitan do. Both damn good series. Green Arrow fucking sucks, I'm sorry, for the Benjamin Percy run. Except for, everything else besides the political shit is good enough, but the political shit brings it down to shit. Again, I still read 6 volumes of that Green Arrow series, so... So now moving on to The Filth. So damn good. I'm glad I read this for the 3rd time. The 2nd time I didn't like it that much. I don't think the 1st time I didn't either. It's one of those books you have to read a bunch of times to really understand it. And even my 3rd, or maybe even 4th time rereading it, I'm like, there's still a lot I have questions about. I think a 5th read through, noticed even more. It's just so damn good. Grant Morrison, if that's anything like his Invisibles, then I'm in for a treatment. I'm finally get down to reading Invisibles. Punk Rock Jesus. Disappointing. They only get... I understand why they needed to do this. They need to set everything up, but maybe it should have been 12 issues rather than 6. I think then they could have really fleshed it out and giving you what you wanted in general. Have volume 1 be prologue, and volume 2 be, everything you want. And, issues 3 and 4 and 5 can be like, we have, but, you know what I mean? But just make it 12 issues, honestly. I feel like everything's rushed, and it's tightly wound, and he's trying to throw everything at the wall, and it's like, what? No. We're just, and I forget a lot of what happened in this book because of that. It's so damn rushed, he's throwing so much at the wall, and it's because he wants to. I wonder if Vertigo Comics was like, no, you only get 6 issues, man. You can make them 35 pages, but 6 issues only. I feel like with 12 issues, especially at 35 pages per issue, he really could make this a damn good series. Maybe even 8 issues. And I still lightly recommend it, but just not too great. Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. it's fun, but it's just sometimes like the characters get annoying. Like I'm the best there is, and I'm not the best I my dad's Wolverine. And that makes sense. No, the smartest there is, Moon Girl. It's like no, don't make your characters like that. That's how you scare away customers. And it's not too obnoxious now. And I think like the writer's understanding that he needs to dial that shit down. But I don't know. Even then, it's just. And again, everything like with Green Arrow, actually, except for Green, this is like what I'd want from Green Arrow. Like the downside I have from the book is present, but it's not like oh my god present. You know what I mean? I mean, Green Arrow obviously wants to be really good, so I might say it like that. But this is like it's still good, it's still enjoyable, it's still fun for the whole family. Honestly, it's like Pixar. Pixar made a movie, but they made their character annoying. Doctor Strange Volume 3, like I've said before, I'm just not a big Doctor Strange fan. I thought I would be with the Aaron run, because Jason Aaron's a damn good writer, especially back in his heyday when he was writing Thor and this, and some others that I can't remember the name of, The Other Side. That was really damn good. But Doctor Strange, I just feel like he's just going through the motions. He's giving you everything you want from Doctor Strange, but not more. I think it's the more that he needs to put into this. Because when I read his Thor run, I think it was so long ago that I wasn't even a huge Thor fan. Now, I'm a huge Thor fan. Because of Jason Aaron's run. And maybe I need to reread Doctor Strange when I finish this, but even then, no. I mean, leave it in the line, like I did with Thor. Because Thor, the first time I read it, I was like, yeah. And the second time I read it, was like, okay, I need all of it now. That's why I got so much Thor for Christmas that year. I have like all of his original run, and then not the 2018 series, but I have all of it before. That's how much I liked it. I just bought. Well, asked for yes because it was a wish list. And this is just like I'm glad I got it at the local library. I've been pissed if I got it on the omnibus, even not $50. Rocket Raccoon Volume 1. This is Scotty Young at his best. Why didn't we get this Scotty Young with fucking, whatchamacallit? What is it again? I hate Fairyland. I hate Fairyland because the Middle West is damn good, Scotty Young. And Rocket Raccoon is damn good, Scotty Young. Why didn't he bring any of that to I Hate Fairyland? I hate Fairyland. It's kind of funny they call it that. Rocket Raccoon is enjoyable. It's fun. It's a little bit. I think it's supposed to be made for kids, but it's a little bit edgier, so kids are gonna like it because they feel older. It's everything you want in the Guardians of the Galaxy book, and Rocket Raccoon, I'm sure, is a lot of kids' favorites because he's a funny guy. The shit talking guy. Swears a lot. You know, it's like Deadpool, but a little bit like less Deadpool, obviously. He was a smart ass. And they all are, obviously, but like Rocket Raccoon more than Peter Quill. But just to give it, anyone who's seen the movies, the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, will probably love this series if they want more of that, and the Bendis run too. But this one is more like just like silly shit than story based. There is a story to it, but it's like it gives the series the excuse to be fast paced action more than like grounded storyline. Guardians of the Galaxy is more story, more dialogue than Rocket Raccoon. Inhuman, Charles Soule, not bad. Just wish he brought that to Uncanny Inhumans. It started out really bad. It got pretty good. It was never like, oh my god, it's the best ever. I would still say it's like a 6.5 out of 10. I'm like closer to a 7 than a 6. But like it's kind of like that actual like doesn't go any higher than a 6.5. Honestly, it's enjoyable enough. If you can find it at a discount, or if you just love Inhumans, read this one. Sin City Volume 6. What else can I say, honestly? Wait, no, sorry, Volume 5. There's 7 volumes. Sorry, 5, not 6. I just got 6. Volume 5. What else can I say? It's a damn good series. Although I can say something pretty unique about this one. It's family values. Those of you who don't know exactly what volume I'm on right now. It was good. It was kind of like the lesser of the 5, but that's just because he's written such damn good books beforehand. Like they knocked it out of the park. This one is just enjoyable and good enough. A bit ugly, but in a good way. in a good way, but like in a I can take this because it's still like I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it honestly. It's just the way he writes ugly shit. It's ugly, you know it's ugly, and kind of like don't want to read it, but you're like, it's enjoyable enough. Like the pacing is really good. It's really engaging. There we go. That's what I meant. But this one was just kind of, I honestly kind of forget what happened in the book. A lot of it happened in the book. I forgot a lot of the characters. It's kind of like there, but in a good, but better than all the other They Are books I've talked about. This is a standout. This is probably like would have been my pick of the week, honestly. My pick of the week is Witches, but for books that I haven't read 4,000 times, I would say my pick would be a lot of these I've reread. Yeah, honestly, Sin City, so my pick of the week. For books I haven't read, because counting a book that you've read before as your pick of the week, it's kind of stupid. You kind of have to be new. They haven't talked about it before, you know. My pick of the week would still be Sin City. There you go. That is it. 35 minutes. I think it's pretty long. So because I reviewed like 14 books and showed you 20 books and prattled on a bit. That is it.